Yo, what is good? It's Jakamski once again. And now today I have a quick video on the top 5 shiny legendary Pokemon in my opinion, because the other day I was sitting there at my desk staring at my PSA 10 shiny Greninja going, fuck, black shiny Pokemon are so cool. And shiny Rayquaza immediately popped into my mind. I then sat there for a second and pondered. I thought, is there any legendary that could even rival Rayquaza as the coolest shiny legendary? And thus this video was born. But yeah, just to let you guys know, this video is strictly legendaries only, so no mythicals such as Mew Jirachi or sub-legendaries like Articuno or Landorus, just the main ones. So I'll put up an image of the Pokemon that were considered up now, and also just keep in mind it's just personal preference, so there is no right or wrong. But yeah, and just as a real quick side note before we get started, I've spent a good chunk of this week spamming max raids trying to get a shiny legendary off this list. But I got jack shit. So here's a beautiful picture of my shiny Rolls I hatched 2 months ago, which evolved into a shiny Galate called Wilbur. But I do have some good news. I did manage to source some shiny legendaries through other methods. Let's not get into that. But all is not lost. And so without any further ado, let's hop into number 5, which I've got Kyogre for. Now, I really like shiny Kyogre. I think it's super sick, and I honestly think that it probably should be higher than what it is, but I feel like the bright pink isn't a vibe for everyone. So just because it's so polarizing, I felt like I couldn't put it higher, but it would still be an absolute crime not to put on the list. I mean, people are going to be mad either way, but for any doubters, just imagine the beauty of a bright pink sea god swimming in the ocean. Exactly. But yeah, as for number 4, we've got Ho-Oh. Now for Ho-Oh, it was one where I had to really look at it and think, what makes a good shiny a good shiny? And I think that Ho-Oh smashes the criteria for this. I think it's an outstanding shiny because of how the colors pop and really just looks majestic as fuck if we're honest. And it's also a proud rep of my favorite game, that being Heart Gold. And moving into the top 3, I put Giratina. And the reason for Giratina being the much deserved number 3 spot is because of how well that I think its shiny colors match what the Pokemon is. I feel like Giratina's shiny has a really airy color scheme to it, which fits in perfectly with it being this phantom demon misfit god of antimatter. Holy fuck, that was a mouthful. But yeah, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he's sick. And for the big number 2 spot, I've got Lunala. And before I get into it, I'd just like to say this is my 3rd time recording this from botching the pronunciation of Lunala so many times. I sound like an idiot. But yeah, Lunala's original design is okay. I think the idea of it representing the moon is very dope, but a bit simple. You know, like Lunatone did it first. But when you see that his shiny's Blood Moon, you can't help but go, damn, that's a fine ass moon. Maybe not, but I think he looks pretty dope, so he's my number 2. And as for the number 1 spot, as you guys can probably guess by now, it's the one, the only Rayquaza. And I kind of gave this away at the start of the video, but I was genuinely curious as to whether any shiny legendary would even rival the greatness of Rayquaza. But it was always a no-brainer. I never even doubted putting him anywhere other than first. But maybe I'm just a sucker for black shiny Pokemon. I don't know. It's just undeniably awesome in my opinion. And I just also really wanted to receive my friend's BBC in a trade. Yeah. Yeah, but that was my top 5 best shiny legendaries in my opinion. I hope it wasn't too controversial, but yeah, cheers guys.